Hello, this is Bava. I'm recording a Gatecrash draft for MagicGatheringStrat and MTGOstrat.com. We're in the first pack. We're a few picks in. I was a little behind on getting started here. We took the Ground Assault pick 1, Slaughterhorn pick 2 actually, and Scarred Guildmage pick 3. So we're looking Gruul, and I'm okay trying to force it. I've been passing a lot of good Ortsov cards, so I'm hoping I can force the people to my left into Ortsov here. But I've also been watching some other videos, and the idea is to pick the best cards no matter what color they're in. I don't know how good I am at that. It does make sure that things stay open. For instance, we could easily transition into Simic now. Simic certainly seems to be open here. But some of these good Gruul creatures are sort of making their way around. So as long as I keep seeing good Gruul, I'm going to take that, and we'll see how things go. Croconura is fantastic. Active Treason's okay, but I prefer the creature here. Disciple of the Old Ways is great for Gruul, and there's nothing else really here for us. If we're going to go for the try and stick with Gruul. So we'll see how that goes. That creates the hexproof guy. Oh, we'll take the naturalize for our sideboard. So the video that I watched recently is this Simon Says number 41 video, where he does a 8-4 Gatecrash draft. And he talks a little bit about his strategy for drafting, particularly Gatecrash. And I recommend checking this out if you're into watching Gatecrash videos. That's mtgoacademy.com. And his theory, in a nutshell, is to simply pick the best card from each pass, no matter the color, and he basically chooses his colors very late. I think of that particular one into the second pack. And what that does is it makes sure that he's picking colors that are open. In this particular draft, he picks a, well, I won't ruin it for you, but he picks a guild and ends up doing very well. So it seems to certainly support his opinion. Not surprised that this guy wheeled from our opening pack. He's just too expensive in this format. Death Cult Rogue, also going around. Totally Lost. Corpse Blockade. Burst of Strength is playable in Gruul. We'll hang on to that. Voidwalk's no good. Never seen Sky Games. Midnight Recovery is not great. We'll sideboard the Skybinder Staff. What are we seeing here? So we didn't start out too bad. I like that we got this Guildmage, but it seems like we need a good second pack to keep on this track here. Those last 6 picks or so didn't help us at all. Stolen Identity is a great card. What else do we have? We have another Guildmage. I think... Oh man, we also have a Mugging and a Massive Raid and a Guildmage. Oh, that's awful. Mugging, of course, is a fantastic card. If I don't take it, someone else certainly will. This Guild Mage is also one of the better Guild Mages, particularly because he can make a 4/4 land on turn 3 and start swinging with that, which can really ruin your opponent's day. So it's between him or the mugging. Goodness. I'm going to go with the Guild Mage. I like the creature strategy in Gruul, and I like the overrun. Gruul Charm, also great. Madcap Skills is handy. Gruul Charm wins you the game. Either kills their flyers or makes it so they can't block, so we'll go ahead and take that. Some other good cards here. This Warmind Infantry is great. Madcap Skills is good. Another Croconura. We're passing some good stuff I'd rather not be passing. We do have a Pit Fight here, and a Madcap Skills, and a Key Rune. I'm going to take the Pit Fight. We have Ground Assault and Pit Fight now as our removal, and it's a Gruul Charm. I'm just going to check the price on that Dusk Mantle Seer. $3.50. We have otherwise we have an Ember Beast. Ember Beast is good. I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy. Cinder Elemental. I like Cinder Elemental. He's a great pick there. Alright, so for creatures, we have a 1-drop, we have 1, 2, 3 2-drops, 2 3-drops, 2 4-drops. I'd like to fill in, particularly in the 1 and 2-drop area, a little bit more. These Spire Tracers are good 1-drops, and keep our mana cost fairly low. We'll see if that works out for us, though. Dimir Charm. Now I'm thinking if we'd stayed open, we could have been in Dimir at this point. Because Dimir definitely looks open. But we're sort of, I feel like we're kind of stuck now. So switching's no good. So we should have listened to Simon. We'll have this silly 7/6 guy. Another Disciple is good for us. Look at these great Dimir cards that are just wheeling. That's rough. I'm just going to hate the... I'm going to take the Rogue. Someone might be happy if they're in Dimir. To my right at this point, we'll see. Alright, we need more creatures. Really, we need more playables. We'll hate the Sprite. Oh, we'll take the Key Rune. That's a nice wheel. Oh. None of these are great. So we have 10 creatures plus a key rune. We have 2 guild mages, and they of course can make our land into 4/4s. Sacred Foundry. I always take the pain land when they come up, because I don't like to buy them. So we'll take that. Otherwise, I would probably take the Madcap skills, maybe the Denizen, but we'll just take that Foundry. Slaughterhorn's good here. It's pretty much our only good good card. Prophetic Prism would probably be second choice, because it fixes a little bit and we draw a card, but not when there's a Slaughterhorn to be had. Zertaza Swine. He's a common, but he's really good in Gruul. Firefist Striker is nice. We need some more high-end creatures. I'm going to take the Swine over the Striker, which probably isn't a great choice. There's a possibility this Swine could wheel, but getting the +5 can be really handy, so we'll take this maybe more as a combat trick than a creature, but we'll see. Spio Visionary with that twin would have been fun. Someone could actually have a win condition if they got both of those. I'm going to take the 2-drop creature here because we need more creatures we can cast. Firefist Striker is our best pick here. It's really sort of between that and the Charger. We'll take this guy. He's a great 2-drop. Ooh, another Cinder Elemental, or a Bomber Core, or a Scorchwalker. I like the Scorchwalker mainly for the Blood Rush, though he can also put some threat on the board. Bomber Core kills guys with 1 toughness, which is great against Ortsov, and sometimes against Boros too. We have 1 Cinder Elemental. He's just so good. That's a difficult choice. I think we'll go for the Bomber Core though, because we want that early pressure. Oh. No, we'll take the Cinder Elemental. He can win the game in the late game. He can act as removal. He's a little bit slow for removal. But he's still probably our best bet. Here is between Denizen and Infantry. I'm going to take the Infantry because he does more damage right up front, and he's better in an aggressive strategy. Okay, so we're not looking horrible. We have 16 creatures plus the key rune plus the land creatures here. And all of our creatures are playable, except maybe this Ruination Worm. We'll see how things look. Alright, so here we're really between Armored Transport and Burst of Strength. Do I need another combat trick? We can't manipulate +1/+1 counters as well as a Simic deck could, so Burst of Strength I think is a little bit better in Simic than it is in Gruul. I think for us, the creature is better. Do we take another Key Rune? Key Runes are nice for a couple reasons. They are immune to enchantment removal and sorcery removal, and they have Trample. Trample goes really well with Blood Rush. This guy actually has Blood Rush, which can also be handy. Oh. I'm going to go for the key rune here, because I like it. What's good here? We'll take the rebirth. I know if you have enough mana, you can Blood Rush, Rebirth, and Blood Rush again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 8 mana in the end game, you could give a guy a +10. That's a little janky if you ask me. We're going to hate draft that Phantasm. We're going to take this Denizen. We'll take the Centaur. It's a really late pick Hands of Binding. It's surprising. That card's pretty good in certain Simic and Dimir strategies. You put that on those flyers or even on a Spire Tracer, and you can really slow the tempo of your opponent. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. 18 creatures plus the key runes, plus the Ruination Worm. Well, the Ruination Worm is in the 18, so not plus him. Do we have anything we don't like? I like the Spire Tracer as a 1-drop. I like her over other 1-drops, for instance that 1-drop Goblin that gets +1 for their red creatures. Because if you get her out first, she can usually swing in a few times before they get a flyer. Most other 1-drops get cancelled out by a 2-drop and they can't swing in anymore. But she does pretty well. So the Greenside Watcher is a 2/1 guy, and he is a 2-drop. Wildwood Rebirth we're taking out. Doesn't really fit our strategy. So now we're down to 24. And I wonder if 24 with 2 key runes is good enough. We do want enough mana to fuel these guild mages. We really want to make him punished for ignoring them at any point. 2 Cinder Elementals, we won't have enough mana to make them a threat. Chargers, Swine. I think I get rid of the Worm. Ooh. Let's see. No, I think with both the key runes, I keep this at 16 land and we see how it goes. I think that'll be okay. If we're running short, we can probably get one of those. They do cost 3 to get out, but we have a couple 1-drops, a lot of 2-drops, and 3-drops. And it's not too bad from there on out. So I think we'll stick with this and see how it goes. Good creature count. We actually had a good amount of playable creatures. No big bombs, but that's okay. So they're favoring green slightly. I think that we'll go, we don't have any double color anything. I think we'll go straight down the middle, 8 and 8. Just to do our best to make sure we have one of each in our starting hand if possible. Obviously we're a little bit heavier on green, but I think we'll be alright. We don't have anything that takes 2 green, so we should be okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to go ahead and run with here. Spire Tracers are 1-drop. We got 1 combat trick, Fire Fist Striker, 2 Disciples, which are great in here. The Greenside Watcher is really just filling in as a 2/1 creature, which is fine. We have a Pit Fight, Ground Assault as removal, and Gruul Charm is sort of a conditional removal, or you can't block us, haha. 2 Scarred Guild Mages. These guys have beat my... They've given me the beatdowns before. Almost single-handedly. Basically turning those lands into 4/4s and just slamming me down when I get a slow start. So those guys are good. Infantry, Krokonura, who we're gonna, evolve the hell out of if he gets there. 2 Slaughter Horns, Armored Transport, 2 Key Runes, Cinder Elemental, Scab Clan Chargers, so a little Blood Rush here, mainly with the Chargers, a Swine, and a Worm at the end here. Seems good to me. You know what? Yeah. I'm still unsure about keeping these 2 Key Runes and about running 16 land. Seems like we want enough land, especially if we're making our land vulnerable with the Guild Mages. We want to make sure that we're getting enough. So I'm thinking actually about taking out maybe a Key Rune or taking out a Worm. Well, you know what? We'll see how it goes. And we can always make sideboard decisions if we need to. So here we go. Alright, stay tuned for round 1 in this Gatecrash draft. This is Bava, recording for MagicGatheringStrat and mtgostrat.com. Stay tuned.